Hey, what's up, guys? Ollie Odinson here, and welcome to For New Hunters by New Hunters. This is a segment that Jess and I wanted to come up with because we're still relatively new to the Bayou, and so we thought it would be fun to share some of the tips and tricks that we have learned over our last several months enjoying this game. And today we're going to look at the hunting bow, one of our favorite weapons in video games, and Hunt Showdown is no exception. The bow is a great weapon. It does have a bit of a learning curve, but it is accurate, it is powerful, it is silent. The base arrows cause bleed, and if you are able to hit an enemy, be it a player or an environmental one, and they don't go down, if you're close enough, you can actually retrieve your arrow, causing more damage and potentially finishing them off. Now, one of the biggest things that we have learned and we're kind of taught with this by other videos or hunters talking to us about the game is when it comes to your bow, there's a time to shoot from the hip and a time to aim down sights. Now, if you're looking at a little bit of a distance and if they don't necessarily know you're there and they're moving, sure, aim down sights. But if you're getting into close to mid-range combat, go ahead and just shoot from the hip. You're not going to limit your field of view. Now, you can see how much it narrows it in here, and this is a good example coming up. I have a hunter on the other side of this tree, accurately aiming from the hip, shoot, and down. Now, I know that he has a partner right there. I'm going to go ahead and shoot. Now, there's this big mound over to the left. He's retreated behind it. I can hear him running, but I don't necessarily want to limit my field of view. Wait for it, and I'm able to down him. Now, one of the biggest things with the bow that is an advantage is it causes bleed with the base arrow, and bleed can absolutely sway a fight into your favor. If you're able to hit a hunter and then they have to decide what they're going to do. Are they going to engage with you, hopefully down you before they bleed out and then they're able to stop the bleeding? Or are they going to retreat, stop the bleeding, and then try to re-engage the fight? Now, their third party member comes up here. They actually throw a firebomb, which isn't a bad idea because it creates a small visual screen, and they're going to try to make it over to their partners. They have one on this side, and they have the hunter to the left that I just downed. I'm not sure which way they're going to go. I want to throw some bees over there so that they can hopefully deter from resurrecting on this side, and now we've engaged over here. And again, that bleed damage comes in clutch here. That hunter has now retreated. They're trying to stop themselves from bleeding, but they retreat right back into those bees, and then I'm able to put some pressure on here. Honestly, this was a lucky shootout, but I was able to utilize what I had learned with the bow. Now, there's a couple different things that you can do to make it even stronger. There is the dew claw trait, which instead of a heavy melee where you hit them with your bow, you actually stab with the arrow, so you go from blunt to piercing damage. And then there is 100 hands. When you draw your arrow all the way back, it does more damage. Now, aiming down sights is something that you do need to do with the bow, like I said, for range and accuracy. And we're going to take a look at an example here. It's kind of a funny one. We have a hunter that's trying to come down on this little elevator lift thing, and I hear them coming down, and I know I want to try to make this shot count. I need it to be accurate. They don't know I'm there, so I have time, and boom, hit him. He goes down. This whole little scenario is actually pretty funny. They try to wheel him back up. Luckily, I had some dynamite to get them off the wheel. But when it comes to the bow, guys, it's a really fun weapon. If you pair it with something like Quartermaster, you can bring in a different type of gun as well for your various shootout needs. And it does take some practice, but with the new 1.13 patch coming out, you're going to be able to go to the shooting range, test it out, and see what works for you. But with a little bit of practice, it is going to be a very, very deadly piece of your weaponry. Now, it's not going to win you every single match. Sometimes you make absolute bonehead plays like I do here. 1, 2, 3, RIP, and there we go. So let me know, guys, do you like the hunting bow? Is it something you take into the Bayou with you frequently? Leave your comments below.